Well, good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is August the 14th, 2025. We believe evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. It's nothing but a religious cult. You believe in evolution. You do not know that it's a fact, okay? It's not scientific at all. This guy did a program, Why I'm an Atheist. We talked about that last night, some in our Whackin' Atheist program. Name is Stephen something, I forget. He said he gave all the reasons why he's an atheist, and he's all proud of himself, Stephen Harrison. So let's see. Then I want to go to slide number 239 and just cover one point that he made. His point number 9, where we left off last night. Number 9. I asked for proof before belief. This is why he's an atheist. Not an unreasonable request. You want proof before you believe. See, Stephen, you got a problem here. You've decided you're not going to believe until it's proven to you. I've chosen I'm going to believe God until it's proven wrong. You've chosen you're not going to believe till it's proven right. Okay, we'll see how that works out for everybody, Judgment Day, okay? Atheism to me means accepting what has been proved, and being fully open to what is not. Really. And then you say you get long-term comfort about your death because you know what's going to happen. We'll talk about that in a minute. Accepting what has been proved and being fully open to what has not been proved. That's great, okay? It has not been proved that all matter and energy in the universe can fit in a dot. That has not been proved, okay? It has not been proved that a Big Bang happened or created the universe. That's not been proved. You can't possibly know such a thing. It's not been proved that all the elements can be made from hydrogen gas, which is what this Big Bang supposedly produced. You want to accept what has been proved. Okay, Stephen. It's not been proven that stars and planets can form from expanding gas or fragments from the Big Bang. You guys, how do you guys not get it? If there's a Big Bang, all the fragments, the longer you wait, the further apart they get, like fragments on a hand grenade. They're not going to join together out there in space. It's just not going to happen. You can believe that if you want, but that's a religious belief. It's not scientific. So it hasn't been proven that any planet, dust clouds can get together and make a star or a planet. It has not been proven that life can start from non-living material. That's not been proven. Why do you believe that? It's not been proven that life forms learn to reproduce. How did that happen? You want to accept, it's not been proven that any life form can reproduce offspring other than their same kind. Nobody's ever seen a cow produce a non-cow. It's not been proven that a cow's related to a banana. Not been proven. You accept what has been proved and being fully open to what is not. Okay. It's not been proved that mutations can produce new useful information. All mutations are harmful, fatal, or useless. Show me one that produces new, improved, useful information. It's not been proved that natural selection can create anything. It can only select, okay? It's not been proven that the layers of the earth are different ages. The geologic column's not been proven. People believe it. A lot of people believe it. That doesn't make it true. It's not proven. It's not been proven that carbon-14 dating or any dating method works without obvious assumptions. You only accept what's been proved. Okay. It's not been proved that death is the end, Stephen. It's not been proved that there's no God. You can't possibly prove that. It's not been proven that the universe is billions of years old. That's not been proven. You can believe that if you wish. It's not been proven the Bible account of creation is wrong. That's never been proven. It's not been proven that the Bible is wrong about heaven and hell. None of the lines on this silly family tree are proven to show relationship or real science. These charts are nothing but artwork and propaganda to brainwash people. That is it, okay? They want to say the protista slowly turned to a fish and finally into a human. This has not been proven. This is a bunch of lines on paper. That's it, okay? You ask for proof before belief, not an unreasonable request. Okay, you choose not to believe, that's fine. But you have already chosen to believe there is no God. You claimed at the beginning you're an atheist. That's a claim that there's no God. You can't know that. You can believe that, okay? Then you say, long-term comfort. I know what happens after death. Really? My body will decompose or be cremated, and my remains will once again become part of the stuff of the universe. I don't worry about heaven or hell or afterlife or purgatory. The acceptance that life will end when I die is tremendously empowering and comforting. What could be more exciting than knowing I will one day return to the universe? All of us came where it came from. It's exciting to think you're going to turn back to a pile of dust. Okay. Well, the Bible says it's appointed unto man once to die. And after this, the judgment. That's what it says. You may not believe that, but that is what it says. Okay. We must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. Daniel 12. Many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. What it says. Say, every idle word men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. It's going to be a judgment day. By thy words thou shalt be justified, by thy words thou shalt be condemned. I saw a great white throne, him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away. There was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. What it says, Stephen. Luke 16. There was a certain rich man. It says there was a certain rich man. This is not a parable, okay? There was. Which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died, and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. And Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. And now he's comforted, and thou art tormented. Beside this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Stephen, you do not know what happens after death. You claim it's comforting, okay? You act tough and brave now, but it's all just an act. We'll see one day. You will die one day. There's a website, I don't know anything about the gospel way, but they did famous atheist last words, things they said at the last sentence out of their mouth. I want to read that, okay? Anyway, if you died today, where would you go? Just back to dust? You sure, Stephen? Maybe you're going to smoking or non-smoking? I don't know. You decide. You're going to be dead for a long time, long time. You get that little bitty dash between two dates is all you get. Then what? Now, if you're a Christian, I got to ask you, what on earth are you doing, for heaven's sake? Find something to do. Okay, I just wanted to cover that one thought about this last Stephen guy from Australia. And Stephen, I'll debate you anytime. 855 Big Dino extension 4. Anytime. Any of you atheists. I got a hair in front of my eye here. Okay, questions there, Joseph?
Are you a Catholic, Doc?
Am I a Catholic? I'm absolutely about far from a Catholic as you can get. Somebody said, are you a Mason? No, I've never been a Mason, not going to be. Should a Christian be a Mason? Great book by David Daniels, friend of mine who works with Jack Chick. Masonry Beyond the Light by William Chamberlain. Great book of why you should not be a Mason. Most of the Masons do not know what they're in. You got to get clear to the top before you realize, oh no, this is a satanic organization. Most of them think they're in a do-gooders club, okay? We got a book, Answers to My Mormon Friends. I'm not a Mormon. I did a whole series about, how long ago was that, a year and a half ago? Why I'm not a charismatic, okay? Why I'm not a Catholic, good book on that, okay? Why I'm not a Muslim, okay? Why I'm not a Campbellite, the Church of Christ, okay? Following Campbell. Why I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist, okay? Why I'm not a Calvinist, John Calvin. So we sell those series of books there. So no, I'm not a Mason. Somebody asked that. Never have been, not gonna be, okay? Any questions? Other questions?
Yeah, this lady, Carly Cooper, she says, I chose to be an atheist because I was very rebellious and did not want anyone telling me what to do.
Now that I believe.
Is Genesis 6 referring to God's other sons, like Psalm 82?
That's a tough question. Genesis 6, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair and chose them, of which they chose, wives of which they chose. I have to say, I've only been studying it 56 years. I don't have an answer yet. There's 4 or 5 different theories about that. Rather than list them all right here now, I'll get slides together and put it together. But it appears that some of the angels chose to follow Satan when he fell from heaven. The Bible says a third of them. But even that phrase appears to be in the future. It's a interesting study, and I've got the opinion, if the Bible isn't real clear, I'm not going to be dogmatic on what I teach, okay? I'll say, here's the theories. So I don't know for sure yet, okay? Good question, though.
Right here.
I would like to visit DAL maybe next spring. Well, come anytime. Redneck preacher. Well, I like that already, okay? Come on down.
Right here.
First time watching it live, and watched his material many times my entire life. Well, come on down. Please spread it around. Tell other people about it. We're just trying to win souls and stir up trouble for the devil. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and all that stuff. Joseph, if you can and want, I wish Doc would answer my question as a special aside from the...
All right.
I got Duck Dinosaur in the way of reading that. Okay. I hope you and the crew are doing well. If you were to travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? I would go across the street to my house and go to bed. I'm tired, okay? I live 75 feet from here. I like the commute to work. No traffic. Let's see.
And Prophet Constance is enough scientific evidence to prove the creator?
Well, there are lots of similarities between all the different animals. That's proof of a common designer. See, the way God designed it, we have similar DNA, we have similar proteins. That's not proof of common ancestry. The reason there's similarities in different life forms is so the brown cow can eat the green grass and give the white milk, and I can drink it and get the blonde hair. Otherwise, we could only eat each other. Yeah, that would be bad.
What are your thoughts on giants remaining after the flood?
I just took those 2 books home. I haven't read them yet, but there's so many. We probably have 12 good books in my library here on the giants in the earth in those days. There is overwhelming evidence there were really big people. I mean, over 15 feet tall on the planet. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.